Are we live? Okay, so I upped the volume on my mic. Hopefully it's better this time. Yes. Let's go. Okay. Chat is up. Servers are up. No, servers are not up. Run.sh. No such file or directly ls. Oh. How about now? I don't really need this right now. Okay. So let's go through the updates real quick. All right, we've got the server running. Very good. Updates are what I was thinking about doing yesterday, which I didn't do because I was lazy. Okay, is make a nice shelf for our lamps that we pick up. And I have them neatly stacked in the corner over here like this. So can you guess the number of lamps you're allowed to store? One here, second one here, and there are 3 rows. So you'd say 9, but there is one more here, so total of 10 at the moment. We can expand that later. I can just add another shelf here and we're good to go. What else? I wanted to, so I had an idea today that we will have some, I'm thinking like a dispenser here, okay, which players can click to spawn a pill. Now pills are in the game in ascend mode, but not in awaken mode. In awaken mode we have heart. In transcend mode we have hearts. In ascend mode we have pills. That's it's part of the lore. That's why it needs to be that way. First you kind of like go up in levels using the pills, but in transcend mode you kind of like realize that the game is about heart, and then once you like collect the hearts, then you make it to tamashika. But if you want to make it easier, so that it's basically a difficulty slider. How exactly am I going to make it easier for players? I don't know. Some buffs here and there maybe. There are some subtle dynamics, subtle mechanics in the game which involve collecting hearts that we could we could change with the pill that I'm thinking, but it has to be more obvious. It has to be it's that whole conveyance thing. Like if you're doing something, players should be able to tell that there's like something's changed. I don't want it to be too subtle, so I'm still thinking what that would be, and I don't have the best idea right now, but something will come up. Hopefully, the way I solved the melee problem, something will come up. So, by the way, I did not pick up the lamp today, so we can go and check it out. I have shifted it. Right now it spawns in world 3, so let's make it all the way to level 3, and I'll show you where. I spotted it once in the morning, so I know exactly where it is. I imagine there's going to be like some fan-made page where it kind of tracks it tracks where the lamp is today. Guys, you want the lamp, you need live cheat code. What are those called? Those websites where they show the walkthroughs, right? Yeah, it'll have to be like a live daily walkthrough until, of course, players figure out the pattern. If there is, I'll make it figure outable. Okay. I'll try my best. Okay, no promises. Where is it? It's over here. Oh no, it's not. It's not. Oh, there it is. You see that? It's going to be a little bit difficult to look for this thing, especially in stage 3, because like your energy is going down very quickly. So yeah, added challenge there. You can't just like ignore the enemies. You have to kind of take them out and then do like a where is it? Where is it? So it'll be a mini game on its own, and I think that's fine. I don't want it to be like a completely relaxed kind of, oh, you don't really have to do anything. You just like walk around casually. No, you can't walk around casually. You have to be on your toes. Wow, the energy gain was pretty low, wasn't it? Man, I need to tune this. I need to tune this. I think the energy gain right now is tied to the number of hearts that you have. It's brutal. It's brutal. I think maybe what the pill can do is just make it so that there's no energy drain, or like reduce it, but like half the intensity on that. But you're not getting the special ending if you use the if you use the buff. Oh, I missed it. Never mind. At least I know that system is working, so we're good. We're in version 5. I'm going to reset that number once we do either a demo or a release. Whenever that is. I just don't know. Okay, I just don't know. Otherwise, I'll tell you what the release date is. I don't know. Beep, beep. So another thing that I did was you light up the lamp. So today's level is bookmarked. You go back into the menu and you can't select it because it's the same day. You'll be able to select it tomorrow, not today. We have this in the menu. This it's not enabled option. Boo. Something's up here, isn't it? It's down to 1 over there. That's because this thing was lit. Why is this happening? Because one of them was lit. Now if I restart, then there will be 2. This is wrong, right? I guess if you are in a bookmark level, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so the extra one that's placed will only be placed if the current level is not bookmarked. Because I don't want the players to like go and like lift it from the shelf. That's not what I want to do. So if we were in a different level, we have to check if the current level is bookmarked or not. Yeah, there's some math going on there, isn't there? Extra bookmarks, extra lamps. Okay, who's calling this? Just this guy. All right, what I'm gonna do is gameo.current.run id. Okay, just add parameter. Thank you. Okay, now that we have the run id here, We need the total number of lamps. We subtract the number of bookmarks, and then var extra is equal to this. Then we test get bookmark uint run id out var set. Is this a void? It's a void. Why is it a void? Is anyone using this? Okay. I am a little bit confused. If the current level is bookmarked, then we're not placing the extra empty bookmark on the table. We are placing the extra lamp on the table when the bookmark is not set. Fine. You know what? Since we are doing it here, just, yeah, okay, don't send the run ID. Extra lamps don't need the run ID. Yeah, in this get bookmark, we're just gonna bool this. Okay, return set var is current bookmarked. If is current bookmarked, then extra available plus plus. Because that -1 goes away. Right. So we have, let's just get a closer look, shall we? Python save.py. I have 3 lamps in my possession. There's one over there, there's one over there, and there's one on the table. So that's 3 lamps. I own 3 lamps. All right. Now I'm gonna light this up. One of the lamps that I have is now lit up. So this level is bookmarked. Let's go back here. Yep, I still have 3 lamps. Now I want to be able to go to a different level, but I can't because the game doesn't allow it. If there was a shortcut for me to hack this. Let's run the code in our head. Okay, is current bookmark will be false. This will return 3 minus 1, which is 2. Then extra available will be 2 minus 1, 1. So it will place 1 lamp in the shelf. 1 lamp on the shelf and 1 on the table. Right? Oh, this code is a little bit convoluted, but I hope it works. I hope it works. We will debug this when QA complains about it. Until then, we're good. You know, it's funny because I'm like talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, he's more in the camp of like games should have an easy mode, regardless of the designer's intent. I'm not. I don't. I don't. I just don't fall in that camp, I guess. Not that neatly. I think if a game is not approachable, I think that's fine. I don't think every experience needs to be approachable, and I also don't think that having a less carefully designed version of the game, which usually happens when you have an easy mode. If the designer's intent is to not provide that, I think that's okay. Where I land on that, I think that if I can provide for a version which is easier, without losing too much of the intended kind of way of playing, then I think it's okay. Which is why I'm thinking about that extra, just a little buff on the side. And of course, we're not going to explain any of this unless we include some loading screen tips. If there's a button that gives you a pill, just don't take this advice in real life, okay? But in the game, yeah, you just take the pill. It's probably good for you. But do not apply this to real life. That's not advisable. Be careful about what pills you're having. Who's texting me, man? Okay. Cool. Hey, that's me. Is there a light? There is a reflection. How's my audio, by the way? Is make a nice shelf for. Not bad. My audio is pretty good. Is my voice coming through? Good. Why do I have to make a fool out of myself? Oof. Why are you? I'm not sniffing sugar, bro. It's this very Thai fragrance thing. It's Tiger Balm. I'm sniffing Tiger Balm. Why is this level only spawning in April? This is so strange. Is the stream delayed again? Because I was sniffing a while back. Can you hear me? If you can hear me right now, type yes, sir. Okay, yep. Okay, that works. Cool. Yeah, my chat is working too. Can you see it? Is it showing in the stream? It should be showing in the stream. Cool. Oh, this is really nice. Finally getting to test this. I've been meaning to test this for so long. Nobody came on to chat with me. I felt very alone. D straights. D rooms. Bruh. This list is getting big. Good, because I'm on like really good internet. Because I'm not in Thailand anymore, and I paid top dollar for this spot, and the Wi-Fi is nice. The Wi-Fi is good. These spots 3. I changed this level today. I'm gonna dress up these levels. later after I've got more content going. I need more of these levels. Transport 2. Life is good, man. Life is good. I am getting to get a lot of work done these days. Pretty focused. Enjoying some good food now here in Georgia. Hung out with a friend of mine. Life is good. It's good. I'm very happy with where this project is at. Still not sure about the release date, so like a lot of my future casting is completely off right now because I don't know when I'll be able to kind of push this out and then kind of like move on with other stuff in my life. So yeah, just trying to do my bit. How about you? How are things with you? Nice. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that, man. I feel the void too, man. I think it's just part of the game, you know. It's part of the game here. Because once you push through the void, I think good things will come to you. So just keep on pushing. This is a really tough level. I need some prop to alert the player. An alert prop maybe. Some sign that tells the player like, look man, it's gonna get, you better watch out because this one's gonna be tricky. Should we introduce that? I think we should. Otherwise I'll keep thinking about it. It's one of those things, I think if I don't implement it right now, it'll just stay on my mind and it's going to throttle the next thing that's waiting to come into my head. I don't know why I do that. Miss out, what do you mean? Fear to, I didn't understand that part. Most of my acquaintances support me too. Most of my family supports me too. I think personally for me, the stuff that always gets me is some kind of strange thought patterns that keep throwing me off, and it's a lot of stuff that I've kind of like been meaning to process, and clearly like I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm a lot of people have kind of like come out to help me with this game too, and one of my worries is like I want to come through for them, you know. and I want to be able to come through for them. And that instinct kind of like makes me like push through all of the stuff that comes in the way. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying my best to kind of make sure that I don't let myself come in the way of the things that I'm doing. So, anomaly. Warning. Let's just do warning. Generator spawn type dot. Okay, spawn type dot warning. For now, we can just spawn a okay, just for now. Okay, just for now. We're gonna change this. Man, I don't know what TDH is, but I feel like I overthink a lot too. It's like this, it's like I've chalked it up to mental patterns that they I think they keep coming up because like I haven't addressed them properly. And I can also like, I can actually see them transform. You know, you can see like this, there's like this through line to your thoughts in a certain sense, where like when your body feels a certain way and you have like certain memories, and then you kind of like repeat certain thoughts that come after it, that follow it. You kind of watch that, and then you see that, you know, they kind of like take you down that same mental kind of pathway. You can catch yourself. You can like, so that doesn't happen. Like once you identify the pattern, it is possible to catch yourself so that you don't repeat those things. Okay, so here I'm going to warning. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart the game though. Shift F5. Where else did I need to put this? I think smarts 3. Yes sir, let's go. H6 warning 2. Here's your warning. You have been warned. Let's see how this shows up. D rooms. Which one was that? D ambush. NSFW. Bruh, listen to me. I have some ideas myself. It's not strange. Yeah, I think there's a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of NSFW games on like itch. I think itch.io used to allow it at least before. Lots of pretty like interesting stuff there. Like I've seen it. I've seen some like genuinely interesting games. I'm not like against NSFW stuff or anything like that. I think cool experiences exist in that domain also. So you feel chained down when you're not doing NSFW stuff? Dude, just do the NSFW stuff. Like, live your life. Don't chain yourself. Why are you chaining yourself? You have to become Django Unchained, bro. Waypoints. I think I want to change it to this side because this guy comes first. The ambush. So like, is your heart in it? Like the stuff that you're doing now, like Do you feel constrained, or like what is it? Man, now you're getting me to think about my NSFW ideas. I have so many cool NSFW ideas, man. Am I constraining myself? I think what there are parts of that, the the ideas that I have. I think they might surface in Tamashika as well. Not in the most obvious way, but I think it will. Video games are machinic desire, bro. It is how it is. That's how it is. We glue ourselves to this screen, which is clearly virtual. It's not even trying to hide the fact, right? I mean, just the meta commentary there, right? It's like we're rejecting the world simulation. It is an abject refusal. It's like, what's wrong, man? What's wrong with your life? Why are you turning away from it into another one that's simulated? It is such a statement, actually, if you think about it. You feel me? I feel that. I think it's a thing. So why hide it? No sense, no reason to hide it. Machinic desire. Like I think that's the other problem with NSFW games. It's just like, if you were to do that stuff with class, I think there would be like so much cool stuff that could come out of there. But I feel like it's just like completely taboo. So it only gets that, I don't know. I don't mean to call out all the NSFW devs. Like, I've not even played that much. Okay. I've tried to look at some of the stuff that's kind of like, 18 plus, not completely NSFW. Like, I remember this one game called Honey Pop on Steam. It actually did some really interesting stuff that, I mean, it wasn't that um, novel, but like there was some stuff going on there, like where all the characters, they actually had like relationships and stuff. So it was like this memory game, and you could pull off these like cool tricks that weren't actually like implied directly in the game, but like if you're paying attention, you'd see that there's some stuff going on there. So fresh. Anyway, that's the NSFW. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't like this. Agent spawn what? Spawn end spawns. Spawn flashbang. Spawned. Try drop obstacle. This is gonna change. All right. What is the obstacle distance, first of all? Because this is encounter distance by 4, huh? See, this is the problem. The moving blobs are just, they are not fun. There you go, gone. Pools, blobs. This is in entities. I'm gonna get rid of this movement thing. That's cool. And what happens then? Fuel max. I'm just this moving default to false. Okay. So is it like a combat game? Battle Royale. Oh, bruh, that's different. Is there Battle Royale in SFW games? That's very interesting. I'm pretty sure you could find an audience for that. Like I don't think it'll be too tough. I think Steam supports NSFW games, right? Like I think something like that would definitely have an audience. How are you still moving, bruv? This code is so cooked. I'm just gonna rewrite this, okay, if I need to. Much simpler. That's a lot of mechanics, man. That would capture a lot of people who are into different stuff. You might just strike gold. Make it happen. Oh, and I have to play all the way to level 2. You know what I really need to do is add more surface textures. Just not loving the variety here yet. Seriously need to think of a way to not freeze the game. So right now what happens when you die is the game takes a snapshot of the scene and replaces the graphics because the world gets reset behind the enemy. So okay, cool. Not bad. You don't have a life cycle, buddy? You don't have a timer on you? How did that happen? Blobs aren't supposed to kill you. They're supposed to take away a little bit of your energy. I think that happened because we already had very less energy. So we just walked into that and we got booped. Yeah, it needs a timer. It needs to scale out. Let's bring back some of the code. Okay, velocity change scale minimum. Very nice. TTL. We'll set the TTL to what? 3 seconds. If state.isGame, yes please, otherwise don't. Underscore TTL minus is equal to clock dot clock dot delta time. What is your type? Sorry, I missed your message. What tutorial? The tutorial. The tutorial for why? See, this is because of this. I'm just running out of memory now. I have so much memory. WASD tutorial. That thing just spins up automatically. If you hang around in the starting area for too long. It's like this dynamic system that I got going, which is changed now. It's not that aggressive anymore. So if I'm just standing here, after about 7 seconds, yeah, there you go. There's the tutorial. But if I if I stand over here, if I've moved around a little bit already, it technically shouldn't show up, but let's see. See, it's not showing up. You know what would be really cool is if this diya thing was actually lit. If it was, because the bloom is actually really nice, isn't it? Isn't it? For example, this butter flame. Should we try it? Should we try it? Should we try it? Let's try it. Butter flame, bookmark flame. Materials. Is it going to be that easy? Universal emissive, file, export, obj monogame, export. The diya is going to be a little bit more difficult because, how do I explain this? It's all one texture, so the flame and the pot underneath. Is it lit? Is there bloom on it? I can barely tell. So I guess the answer is no. It is a little bit brighter. I think if I made it like super white, then it would be a white flame. Did it actually change? Butter flame. No. Bookmark flame. Use MTL universal emissive. Not bad. Well, that's universal emissive for you right there. It's subtle. It's not that prominent. It's fine. Lit up diyas. We'll figure it out later if I feel strongly about it. D streets, D rooms. Some of these levels are so tight, man. So tight. I missed. Yeah, so I was thinking, how is it that we're going to do the death sequence? It's kind of sorta annoying me. Yeah, you see, cause like it animates so well. I put a lot of effort into those effects, and that 0.25 seconds of sacrifice is oh. How do we keep a snapshot of the world? Because that animation that you're seeing in the back is, I think it's in the environment. So that's the environment shader. It's not even the environment shader, it's just the world that's being rendered. Actually, it's not, it's no dynamic effect. It's just that the camera is moving. Yeah, it is actually the camera moving. Yeah, of course it'll have a soundtrack. It'll have a banger soundtrack. We've got banging music going into the game, and I think everyone's gonna love it. Got a nice variety too, and I've got a nice menu going for it as well. Look at this. You can see the logo. That's my friend. You can see the logo of the artist. How cool is that? So definitely putting effort into that. Man, I don't know how to solve this problem. I can't reset the world immediately. Maybe we could have a different animation. I really don't know. Maybe it's the fold. Is it the fold? Let's see. Special effects, fold spring. Is it this? Sorry, I know what. And the game will have a soundtrack for sure. Fold spring is going here. Screen. Depth buffer. Thanks, man. But I think for now we have plenty of music planned already. So I can't we can't. I have to be judicious with the amount of space on the soundtrack. So I have to be a little bit selective for it. But I appreciate the offer, for sure. I think this is happening, and because of this ready to cascade. Yeah, this fold, that's Let's try this. What if it was render target compiled is going into this, right? Now this would mess up the merge is happening before. No textures are going in here. This might work. The secondary genre. Check the Steam page, man. I think on the Steam page I already said it. Steam tamashika. Tamashika. Secondary action arcade shooter psychedelic FPS colorful. That dude, that is the game we're working on. Me neither, and that's why I kind of dig that Steam just does like this, you know, kitchen sink design of this, like, you know what, whatever labels you have, just throw at the game, just, you know, just do what you want. You know, I love that. Don't like labels and categories, bro. It's just thought terminating cliches. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, did we just reduce one sprite buffer, sprite batch call, and solve the problem? Did we just do that? I think we did. Come on, baby. Yes. We just recovered 0.25 seconds of beautiful animation. Yeah, you see that it's still moving, right? You can still tell, like, there's a little bit of a flip, like kind of page change. Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that. The freeze was not. That, you know, eyes catch that. It's worse. This is a lot better. Fixed. Git status. Git add dot. Death freeze frame fixed. Let's go. Mission accomplished. I have no beverage. We've got new voiceovers going into the game soon. I can't wait to hear her voice. Oh man. I used to daydream about that. 2 years ago today, I was daydreaming about that. God bless my sound team for making that come to life. Nice. I think from here we're looking at what, a scaling issue. Just look at that guy's face. Like, it's those eyes, man. Let's go. One thing that I wanted to test was this knife tutorial. Too late. Too late again. Oh boy. Oh boy, did we just discover a bug? Oh, that was a long wait. Wow, it's tut slow, huh? Tut slow. Tut slow. In tutorial slow. All right, debug time. Who's setting you? Who is setting you up? F12. Because it's a visual novel. What's a visual novel? Yeah. You don't need hands in a visual novel now, do you? Prompt slow. Melee B active. Deflect B active. Melee B. Touch tab. Melee B activate. Knife hand holding. This is. Bro, just make it. Don't wait around. Don't wait for. This is your signal, bro. Just make it. Just make the NSFW game. Okay. Even better. Semi NSFW even better. Make it tasteful. Okay. Do it differently than the generic kind of like titties kind of. That's just introduce a little bit of like subtlety to it. You know, like have the interaction, have the player kind of like participate in the NSFW-ness of it, you know, unlike how we have that in video or magazines, and like bring the player into it, let them feel the NSFW, you know what I mean? At least that's what I would do. Okay, I'd make that. Tamashika, you know, it's like you're in her embrace, you know what I mean? It's like you will feel her on your fingertips. It's a very subtle kind of NSFW, you know. There will be hints, there will be some let's just say suggestive cues in the game. Knife hand holding. This thing is, I think, going on for a little while now, isn't it? Deflect window, melee window in range. Knife hand holding. Melee B active. I think melee B is not being deactivated. Yeah, it's just not being deactivated. That's the problem. I think the knife hand holding is also what's keeping the. Let's start this from the beginning. Okay, I just want to see if the fail works. It's supposed to say, oh, it's hand holding from the start, huh? I'm just not being able to hit. Or awakened or active. Okay, so you can't. This is not. I don't know if this is the way I want to do it. I think I added this because players were just like doing the, the Call of Duty style kind of like swing the knife, This what this does is like it keeps the player from messing up the first time. I think what I'll do is loosen this up after the knife tutorial. So in the knife tutorial, you can't mess it. You just can't mess it up unless, of course, you don't hit the button at all. That's when the knife hand holding will. There's a separate hand holding variable. Why did I add this? Elaborate level threshold. This is so complicated, dude. I'm doing this because for the show floor. I know why I wrote this code. It's destroying my table. I know why I wrote this code, because I wrote it. Gotta fix this, bro. We gotta fix this. We have to fix this. melee_b.activate. What is melee_b? Okay, let's go into input prompt. All right, input prompt manual is equal to false. Duration is freeze duration. Okay, cool. And duration is going down by what? Input prompt. Duration. Okay, this I think is happening in base.update. Timer minus the activate equals false. Okay, we need to fix. This is definitely very fixable. On event. Okay. Fire miss, fire success, on deflect fail, on knife swing empty, on knife miss melee. Miss melee. Melee/melee contact. Okay. If melee_b dot active, melee_b dot deactivate. Okay, fine. Deflect window, deflect be active. Where is deflect success? Short dual success. melee_b, no, deflect be active, deactivate. Okay, let's see if it persists still. I've rewritten this tutorial at least 3 times at this point, and it's working right now, but there are some things that are just if I could just tune it just a little bit more. Like for example, when the knife tutorial is up, no, not shoot, I want knife. I like how the game does the knife tutorial first. Knife, okay. Sweet. それは何ですか? 何? Why is this happening? Because the waypoints. Oh, there is no waypoint here. Brilliant. Just amazing. Wow. 10 out of 10. So smart. Here, let's fix that. Now, if there's some strange reason why I didn't add that, it's here. Amazing. Just the first one, I missed just the first one. Okay. Anywho, where were we? Yeah. I can't miss. I'm gonna fail this twice. And I think then it's to start hand holding. Got owned once. Got owned twice. Now the game's like, yo, listen, I think I need to step in. Gone. It's gone. So what I wanted to change was this knife thing on the left hand side. Could go away when the center one is showing. Can we program that? Can we program that into the game? Deflect B. These are all being rendered, I think. Yeah, there you go. It says inside prompts, and I think prompts are being rendered separately. Reset prompts, update prompts, reset prompts dot draw. Oh boy. How do I control this? You can be a for. What did you just do? Convert to for, because from what I've heard in C#, for each takes just a little bit more time. So how do I do this? If, like, is there going to be some kind of like an override thing where, like, if the override is active, then you don't render yourself? Can we do that? So the prompt.draw, if not active, return. Boom. What is this? This is a stub. There is nothing going on here. Oh. Text prompt. Toast prompt. Oh my god, there are so many prompts. Public override void draw, if not active, return. If we do set up an override, it's gonna have to check. We're gonna have to do the check in the oh my god, this is gonna be so involved. You know, technically it could have been the same prompt, just move it to the center of the screen, but I didn't do that. Melee B. Because I think why I'm not doing that is because I used the it's just, I guess this is just bad programming, okay, but I did it. It's I'm using the render, the active state on the tutorial prompts as like a state variable. Okay, just don't tell John Blow. All right, I did that. Technically, like, you're supposed to respect the model view controller something. I wasn't paying attention in class, okay, when they were talking about that. I just it's too complicated for me. Okay, model view controller, just big words trying to act smart, doesn't mean anything. Forget about it. It would have been a lot easier to fix this if I was paying attention in class. Pay attention. That's what Tamashika wants you to do. Tamashika wants you to pay attention. Yes. Pay attention. What does that mean? You know, why would she say that? You know, I was thinking a lot about this because I have to write up, you know, just some lore, I guess, and I'm not a writer or anything like that. I just have a lot of ideas and I feel strongly about them, and they precipitate in, you know, short bursts through my head, and I just chase after the vibe really it doesn't all make sense to me in my head, but I tried to put it together. I think the reason why Tamashika says to pay attention is because she's trying to get you into a flow state. And I don't think you get into a flow state without paying attention. Maybe that's it, you know? Maybe that's it. Pay attention. Attention is all you need. But we can extend that, we can extend that to us like the core message. Something that really bothers me is like all these like all art is political people, Politics and we go way back. It's just something that's been a pet peeve of mine for many, many years. And it keeps coming up, So I thought, why not? Why not just lean in and accept for a while that, okay, all art is political. Okay, it is. Let's just assume, for the purposes of narrativizing this piece of media, and we look at this, we zoom out and we look at what it is that Tamashika's presence has done in this simulation so far. I think she got a lot of the attention that she was looking for with the whole my indie game for 15 seconds. 50 million views is a lot of attention. And underneath that, underneath all of that attention, what was it? Because it was on my account and I saw all of the attention that was being drawn into that post. Oh man, it was beautiful. It was just, I anticipated part of it, but the way it flowered, the way it blossomed, the way it evolved I was just like, whoa, like this is a sight to see. I'm not in the video game sim clusters really, especially on X. I'm not generally in that world really. I don't know what's hot these days, like what people are talking about. But I got a pretty good picture of whatever, at least through the lens of whatever it is that's happening on Twitter. It was one after the other. It was people arguing to, pull Tamashika onto their side. It was like I was in awe initially, but later I kind of started to feel like, okay, wait, this is just like this piece of media, 15 seconds of a video game that doesn't really do anything. It's just like colors blowing up on the screen and a little plaque at the end that says, hey, wishlist this video game on Steam. But through the lens of all of the sim clusters that were looking at it, oh, it's this politically, that kind of culture, blah blah blah, like the constant kind of it was being spun into every every group that could identify it as part of its narrative. Now it's like it's really not about her anymore. It's about how she's assisting in forwarding the agenda of your in-group. And that's when the mimeticist in me was like, it's really just that simple, isn't it? In an alternate universe where things were a lot simpler and nicer, we'd be like, hey, cool, colorful video game. Could be fun. Excited to try it out when it releases. Or I don't know, this doesn't seem like my kind of game. I'll check the reviews when it comes out. You know, that's it. Like, that's the discourse. Imagine that was like a different universe where that was the discourse. You know, but we're not in that universe. We're in the universe where we have to get all up in arms about like some implied statement that the game is making, right? And that like went on for a while. You know, the only thing that I think I did was keep it ambiguous as possible. And I think one of the things that triggered the discourse initially was like just I think it was the color, the painted nails, you know, because there was a lot of like, oh, this game is Troon slop, or this game is this or that, you know, like it's the queers or this. I think it's all coming from the American sim clusters, I assume. That was one of the initial kind of schisms that was very heated, and the game got a lot, like this clip got a lot of attention through that. Post void but gay or whatever, right? Like the whatever right wing, left wing kind of like counterpoints that they have for each other. And from there it was like there's like some schism in there, which is about like indies are ruining the games industry or something like that. Like, what is that? Like, who are the indies and how are they ruining the whole industry? Like, I had no idea where that was coming from, but there were so many posts, so many replies about this on that subject. I didn't touch that, not even with a 10-foot pole. I was gonna like get into that. Some I think very spicy schism. I wrote an article about this, but I didn't post it because I didn't really have like a conclusion for it. And I've been thinking about that. You know, like it's something that I want to kind of bring to a close, not just like for narrative purpose, but just for myself. Attention is all you need. Attention is all you have. Attention is the natural prayer of the soul. That's what I think she did, you know, like when she kind of like arrived there on the network. She just kind of cut through all the sim clusters, right? You know, like it went through that whole kind of like, that's how you get to 50 million views. I mean, how else do you do it, right? You just get people reflecting their whatever their you know their preconceived notions are through the medium, right? And then the outgroup kind of like emerges to balance it out, and then you kind of like you have that friction that creates the discourse, right? There you go. You have your attention. All for what, though? All for what? You know, because like the game itself didn't take a stance on all of those things now, did it? Like, you'd go through that list and just be like, oh, actually, we are on the side of the indies are not ruining the games industry. The indies are good or whatever. Or like, oh, the right wing bad and the left wing this or whatever, you know? Like, it's like the game has to kind of like settle on all of those so that each side gets a winner or something. No. No. No, that's not what tamashika is about. Tamashika is about calling out the ridiculousness of this whole exercise. That's what she's about. Our creative ways in which we categorize ourselves just so that we can, you know, feel something. That's what she's calling out. The absurdity of it. And it's like I think it's the time for it too. Just like as the person channeling this game through, if I can add my own kind of like twist to it, the way I see it. It's like, I don't know, like humanity better pay attention to what's coming next, to what's coming out from what's coming in from the outside. Because like these frameworks, these systems that we've designed for ourselves, through which we filter our own species, like the resilience of those mechanisms, right? And this is not just about like the little differences between the different sim clusters. I'm not talking about those. Like this spans all of it, actually. I'm leaving out the thing that all of that attention culminated in, with the psyop. Um, like I'm talking about all of it, politics, right? Like that's important, right? So that's the politics of tamashika. Like if we don't figure out alignment, I don't think there will be much left to try and align even in front of what's coming in from the outside. Yeah. Good rant. All right. Where are we with this stream? Hey, not bad. Peak. Tanto Blade. Yes, me too. I don't have one. I would love to have one. It's kind of inspired by the Pearl Dagger achievement in Lovely Planet, but maybe we'll include that reference in the game. Thanks for joining, guys. I'm gonna take a little break. I need to push out a few more levels, which I'll do later. But thanks for the company, and I will see you in the next stream. Infinite bliss.